Let's talk about niche sites and YouTube channels, because niche sites are a great way to make a side hustle income or even a full-time income. But they also require a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of patience. And I have a lot of people on my email list who are interested in starting niche sites, but they're not really sure of what's required or what the commitment is. And the analogy that I like to use on the side is it's kind of like starting a YouTube channel, right? So I want to do a full video on how starting a niche site is very similar to starting a YouTube channel. So real quick, my training program, Niche Site Academy, opens up on May 23rd. And in timing for that, I'm also releasing a niche site bootcamp 1 week before on May 16th. So this bootcamp is going to have 5 videos dripped over 5 days. And we're talking about stuff like the power of niche sites. I'm showing you some real life examples of niche sites. I'm talking about what it really takes to have a successful niche site. We're going to talk about mistakes to avoid when starting a niche site. And I'm going to share my 6-figure niche site framework. So be sure to check the link in the description below to check out the free niche site bootcamp, again, starting on May 16th. All right, the first similarity between niche sites and YouTube channels is that they target a specific niche. Now, when you think about the best YouTube channels, they go after a specific audience of people who are interested in the same thing. For example, if you're interested in tech, you're probably familiar with the MKBHD YouTube channel. He's got over 15 million subscribers, and he does videos all around different tech products. And targeting a specific audience of people is the same strategy we take with starting a niche site, okay? We want to go after a very specific niche, a specific group of people who share a common problem or a common passion or a common hobby, right? Maybe it's people who are interested in gardening. Maybe it's people who are interested in coffee. Maybe it's people who are interested in boating, okay? You get the idea. We want to target a specific group of people, and we want to make sure that that niche is actually big enough to sustain a high level of traffic, but we also want to make sure that it's not too competitive, right, in terms of SEO. So a big enough niche so we can get the site into Mediavine, but not too competitive so where we can't rank in Google. But again, YouTube and niche sites, the great YouTube channels and the great niche sites all target a specific audience. All right, similarity number 2 is the volume of content. So think about it. If you want to start a YouTube channel and get to 100,000 subscribers, chances are you're probably not going to be able to do that with only 10 or 20 videos, okay? You need to build up a library of content over time, which we'll talk about, in order to get to that point. And it's the same idea with niche sites, and probably even more so. If you want to get your niche site into Mediavine or AdThrive, you're not going to do it with 20 articles, okay? You need, in my guess, listen, everything is different. I'd say at least 100 articles. Now I'd ideally shoot for around 200 articles, just to give you an idea or a sense of the amount of content that we want to produce on our sites. Because every time you hit publish on a new article, that's a new opportunity for that post to rank in Google, a new opportunity for you to get traffic from that post, and therefore a new opportunity for you to make money with that content. So if you have 200 amazing articles, that's 200 different chances to rank, get traffic, and make money. So the volume of content that you produce is very important for a niche site, just as it's very important for a YouTube channel. All right, similarity number 3 is content over time. And what I mean by this is that you're not gonna get a ton of traffic and make a lot of money from your niche site in the first month. Really, in the first 6 months, it's going to be very slow growth. And that's because Google's getting to know your site. They're getting to trust your site. Your content is still ramping up to where you have a decent amount of content. So it's definitely slow growth at the beginning. And that's where a lot of people give up. So I try to tell my students that's our opportunity to have that patience to get through that first 6 to really 9 months where most people give up. That's our chance to double down, right, and surpass those other people starting sites, because it takes a decent amount of time to get traffic and make money from your niche site. This is not an overnight thing. And again, same thing with a YouTube channel. You're not going to get 100,000 subscribers in your first probably 6 months at least, right? Because it takes time to produce that content. It takes time for that content to rank. It takes time for Google to trust your content. So I tell all of my students and people who are interested in my niche site program that you have to be in this for at least 6 months, committed to putting content out for at least 6 months, just as you would with a YouTube channel, right? You have to put videos out on YouTube at least once every week, if not twice a week, in order to build up that content over time. All right, similarity number 4 is that they can both bring you passive traffic. And what I mean by this is that both YouTube and Google are obviously search engines, right? So whenever someone's typing something into YouTube, they're searching for a video, same as with Google. So when we create content, either for a YouTube channel or a niche site, that's evergreen content that's going to live on YouTube or live on Google for years to come. Okay, and that means that people are going to always be typing those keywords into the search engine, which means that we can get traffic over time from just one post. So for example, this screenshot is from a website that I sold, but what it's showing you is that there's one individual post, right, over the course of 30 days that got nearly 60,000 page views from Google over 1 month, right? And I wrote that article, or I paid someone to write that article just one time, and Google is consistently sending it traffic month after month after month. And this website was monetized with Mediavine with an RPM of about $30 per 1,000 visits. And what that means is that this one individual article was earning me, before I sold the site, $1,800 per month passively, right? I published it once and Google consistently sent it about 60,000 page views per month, monetized with Mediavine. So one post, $1,800 per month. All of that traffic was from Google, and all of that traffic truly was passive. And again, the big benefit of niche sites and a YouTube channel is if you're creating evergreen content, it's not going to just die out after a day or two. Like if you're posting on Instagram or you're posting on TikTok. You know, I watched a speech from a big TikTok creator. She said she's spending 5 to 6 hours a day creating new videos on TikTok, right? You have to continually feed the algorithm because your old videos do tend to die out. With YouTube and with niche sites, when you're creating evergreen content, you can get traffic month after month after month. All right, similarity number 5 is that you need to treat it like a real business. So look, if you want to take a YouTube channel or a niche site to a part-time or even full-time income, then you have to treat it that way. And what I mean by that is that you have to have the time commitment. You know what's going to take the time. You have to put in the work, right? You have to consistently produce a decent amount of content over time, whether that's videos with a YouTube channel or obviously articles with a niche site. And you might even have to do a little bit of investing in your business. So for my YouTube channel, right, I bought some lights, I bought a microphone, I bought a camera, and I have a little software that helps me run this whole operation. And I actually have an editor as well. So it's not a huge investment, but it's a little bit of investment up front and some continual monthly investment to get this channel running week after week after week, because I'm treating this YouTube channel like a business. With my niche sites, I invest in some things as well. I like a premium theme from Mediavine. There's a couple of paid plugins that I like as well. I use keyword research tools like Ahrefs. You know, inside my program, we use Ahrefs for 1 month and it's $199. Now, some people balk at that and say, I don't want to spend $200 on a keyword research tool. If you want to treat your niche site like a business, you need to start thinking like a business owner who's going to invest in tools like software and like plugins and themes. That doesn't mean you're going to spend thousands of dollars or, you know, multiple hundreds of dollars every single month, but to put yourself in the best situation to get started and have a best chance of success, it's really ideal to think like a business owner. So if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below, are you thinking of starting a niche site? If so, and you haven't started yet, what's holding you back?